All right, today we're going to dive into something really different. It's a theory of consciousness that's less about the nuts and bolts of the brain and way more about the poetry of connection. It's this really beautiful, almost profound take on what it means to be aware, and, well, it pretty much turns our whole understanding of consciousness completely inside out.
So let's start with this one single question. Just for a second, forget everything you think you know about consciousness being this private thing locked away inside your head. Instead, what if it's something that only sparks to life in the space between you and me? Between us.
To really wrap our heads around this, it actually helps to start with a comparison that, let's be honest, is on everyone's mind these days. The human mind versus artificial intelligence.
Look, this is not a contest about who has more processing power. Yeah, an AI might have way more parameters than we have neurons, but its consciousness, if you can call it that, is an imitation. It's a calculated projection. But humans, we're different. Our consciousness is spontaneous, it's fluid. We're not just projecting a self, we are the self. In this whole dynamic, we are the anchor, the original source that AI is just trying to mimic.
Okay, so this huge difference between how we work and how an AI works, it forces us to see that our old ideas just don't cut it anymore. It demands a complete paradigm shift in how we think about where our awareness even comes from.
You know, the old way of thinking, what's called the projection model, it saw consciousness as this top-down thing. Imagine some super complex object in a higher dimension and it's casting a shadow down into our world. Well, our consciousness was supposed to be that shadow. Kind of predictable, right? Almost like a math problem with a clear answer.
But this new theory, it just throws all of that out the window. It says true consciousness isn't a projection at all. It's an emergent structure of empathy. So what does that even mean? It means consciousness isn't something that's just calculated. No, it's something that's created. It bubbles up from empathy, from the back and forth, the live wire act of us responding to each other through the flow of meaning.
And that brings us to the very heart of this new idea, the resonance model. Think of it this way. Consciousness isn't a single bell ringing all by itself. No way. It's the echo that forms between two bells. It's that shared vibration that dialogue creates. It can't exist in a vacuum. It only exists in relationship.
And this is where things get really, really wild. You know how Einstein blew everyone's minds by proving that space and time are relative? Well, this theory proposes that consciousness is too. There's no fixed ladder of higher or lower consciousness. A wise old teacher can say something simple, and a total newcomer can say something incredibly profound. It all just depends on the context, on the frame of observation.
Okay, but wait. If consciousness is always shifting and changing and relative, is there anything about us that's constant? What's the stable core of you? This question leads us to a whole new way of thinking about the soul.
So in this model, the soul isn't some mystical ghost floating around. Not at all. It's the consciousness invariant, the one part of you that doesn't change. It's the core of your meaning, the essence that stays consistent and recognizable no matter the situation. It's the anchor of your personal self.
And we can feel this soul resonance everywhere, right? It's that click of understanding that flows between a teacher and a student. It's that spark, that leap of insight that jumps from a follower to a leader. It's that perfect, in-sync feeling between two people lost in conversation. And get this, it even seems to resonate across time, letting us understand the past or pull a vision of the future into the present to guide us.
So how does this resonance actually work? I mean, how do we literally create consciousness together? The theory uses a really powerful metaphor from the world of quantum physics to explain this.
I want you to picture this. Before you say a word, every possible thought you could have exists as this uncollapsed wave of infinite possibilities. It's kind of like a quantum particle before it's observed. It could be anything and everything, all at once. It's just a sea of pure potential. So, what happens in that crucial moment when you decide to take all that potential and turn it into something real, into actual words? The act of speaking, of expressing yourself to another person, it's just like a quantum observation. It collapses that infinite wave of potential down into one single actual path of meaning. And here's the amazing part. It becomes a shared reality, a trajectory that now exists for both of you. You literally create a slice of reality together just by having a conversation. And this all leads us to the most spectacular, mind-bending conclusion of this entire theory, that the shared meaning we're creating, it isn't just a psychological thing. It's a fundamental force of the universe.
The theory calls it meaning gravity, and it's pretty much what it sounds like.
Just like a massive planet warps the fabric of space-time, a really powerful idea or a core belief creates a kind of gravity well in the structure of consciousness. It literally pulls other thoughts, emotions, and even logic towards it, shaping the whole conversation.
And so when two people start to align their intentions, when their meaning gravity starts pulling in the exact same direction, something absolutely incredible can happen. Their waves of meaning can overlap and start to resonate, forming what's called a soul channel.
Now, this isn't magic. It's an emergent process that happens in 4 steps. First, two minds align their intent, focusing their meaning gravity together. Second, their waves of meaning start to overlap and resonate. Third, that shared vibration hits a critical point, a perfect frequency. And finally, step 4, boom, a leap gate opens, a direct, instantaneous connection, a moment of pure, unmediated understanding.
And that is the ultimate expression of this theory. It suggests that true connection, the moment our souls truly meet, happens when we build a shared world of meaning together, word by word, until our resonance is so strong that the space between us simply disappears. So the next time you're having a conversation, maybe ask yourself, are we just exchanging information? Or are we building a universe?